but when you pull a trigger, you don't control where that bullet goes.
This sentencing involves a defendant with a long history in the criminal justice system. The facts of the case are serious, the record is serious, and yet the sentence that comes out of this hearing may not be what you expect. Watch how the court gets there, and afterwards you'll hear the thoughts that I had as we were watching it in real time. My name is Dan. This is the Courtroom Files.
Let's get on the record, please. This is position 14 on our trial calendar, State versus Jason Bates, 25 SC 003518. Mr. Bates is here, so we'll have better sound with his lawyer, Ms. Cabrera. Ms. Smith is here for the state. And Mr. Bates, my understanding is you're prepared to enter a plea in your case now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Smith will put you under oath, ask you a bunch of questions. You've heard what they are because we just did this with another client of Ms. Cabrera, so this will be fairly similar. Please answer the questions to the best of your ability, and please let me know if you have any questions of your own, okay?
Sir.
All right, Ms. Smith?
Mr. Bates, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give in the matter currently before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Please state your true, correct, and legal name for the court.
Jason Cornelia Bates.
Are you at this time taking or under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medicine?
Ma'am, I might not be feeling up the part, but I'm still all right.
Meaning you're not feeling well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you feel like you can go forward with this process?
Yes, sir.
All right, if you need to take a seat at any point, let us know.
Yes, sir.
How old are you and how far have you gone in school?
On to the 9th grade. I'm 43.
You're how old?
43.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Not as well like that.
If you need anything explained, let me know.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to plead either guilty or not guilty to these charges? And if you plead not guilty or remain silent, you may receive a jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had enough time to speak with your attorney about all of the facts and circumstances known to you regarding the charges in this indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you need more time to discuss your case with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
And are you satisfied with her services?
Good.
Counsel, are you satisfied that your client has a full understanding of this proceeding?
I am.
Also, do you waive the formal reading of the indictment and any and all defects in the indictment for the purposes of this plea?
So it.
Mr. Bates, do you remember being arrested on these charges?
Yes, ma'am.
The state is unaware of any outstanding warrants related to these charges. Are you or your attorney aware of any outstanding warrants?
No warrant.
No once.
Okay. Do you understand that this is a negotiated plea of guilty, which means that the state will recommend to the court a sentence of 10 years probation?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you aware that the court does not have to accept that recommendation and that the court can sentence you to the maximum on each charge and can run those sentences consecutively?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you're placed on probation of any kind, you cannot violate any criminal laws of any governmental unit or any special conditions of probation without being subject to the revocation for the balance of the sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this is a guilty plea which is permanently recorded on your criminal history?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand that if you're charged with a crime in the future, that this plea may be used to enhance that sentencing, including on a federal case?
I didn't, you go back over that again?
Do you understand that if you're charged with a crime in the future, that this plea may be used to enhance that sentencing, including on a federal case?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you're currently on probation or parole, that your probation or parole may be revoked based on you entering this guilty plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of this guilty plea conviction, just as there would be following a conviction from a trial? For example, your guilty plea may affect your right to vote, the right to hold public office, the right to serve on a jury, the right to obtain a passport, or the ability to obtain employment.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty to a felony, you cannot use, receive, possess, transport, or own a firearm, and that if you did, you could be charged with another felony offense?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you waive any and all defenses, including any mental health defenses, by entering this guilty plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up the following rights? The right to a trial by jury, the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself, the right to see and hear the witnesses called to testify against you, the right to the assistance of counsel, either hired by you or court appointed if you cannot afford an attorney, the right to the presumption of innocence, which means that the state must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you're guilty of these charges, the right to testify on your own behalf or remain silent, the right to present other evidence of your own and call your own witnesses, and the right to appeal if convicted of these charges after a trial.
Now,
Counsel, are you satisfied that your client understands that these are the rights that they'll be waiving by entering this guilty plea?
I am.
Mr. Bates, has anyone forced, threatened, or promised you anything to get you to enter into this guilty plea?
now,
As to indictment number 25 SC 003518, how do you plead to count 1, aggravated assault, count 2, possession of a firearm or knife during the commission of or attempt to commit certain felonies, and count 3, receipt, possession, or transport of a firearm by a convicted felon?
guilty.
You say,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Is this guilty plea freely and voluntarily given with full knowledge of the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you do not have a right to appeal directly from your guilty plea conviction? But if you believe that there is some type of error in your guilty plea, you can apply to the appropriate appellate court to request a discretionary appeal.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand that that process must be completed within 30 days from today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have only 4 years from today for a felony charge to file a habeas corpus petition challenging the voluntariness of this guilty plea?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bates. Your Honor, if this case were to proceed to trial, the facts would show, my apologies, that on November 2nd, 2024, officers of the Atlanta Police Department was dispatched to 205 Harwell Place, Northwest Atlanta, Georgia, 30318. That's also in Fulton County. They got a report about a person being shot. When they got to the incident location, they went to an apartment complex that was owned by the victim in this, or rented by the victim in this case, Ms. Cardwell. When they got there, they noticed shell casings in the parking lot and the bullet hole in the upstairs apartment unit, Unit B, that was being rented by the victim in this case. The EMS forced entry into the apartment where they found upstairs Ms. Joyce Cardwell. She was lying between the bedroom and the hallway. She had a gunshot wound to her stomach. She stated to the officers that there was a fight going on outside. So this is an apartment complex we're talking about. There's a fight going on outside. She looks out the window, and while she looks out the window, she hears a shot. And before she knows it, she's the one that has this gunshot wound to her stomach. At this time, she was alert, she was present, and she was taken to Grady Hospital by EMS. After she was taken to the hospital, the officers then did an investigation where they found out that 2 of the people that were fighting in that parking lot was the defendant, Jason Bates, and also Ricky Hightower. They were arguing about, I don't know what it was about, but at that time, Mr. Bates took out a gun, tried to fire at Mr. Hightower. However, it missed Mr. Hightower and shot Ms. Cardwell, or it went through her window and she was shot. The state got a chance to speak with Mr. Ricky Hightower, who was incarcerated at Fulton County in this case, where he told us and confirmed that it was Mr. Bates that he was arguing with that night, that it was Mr. Bates that took a shot at him, missed it, and it went through Mrs. Cardwell's window where she was shot. In this case, I spoke with the victim, Ms. Cardwell, who said that at this point, she just kind of wants the case to wrap up because it's been a very long time. She said that she is still sometimes dealing with back pain, fatigue, and things like that. She told me that she's kind of older, so a lot of these things come with age, but also it's worse than because she did get shot. She said that she does not know Mr. Bates. She moved out of the apartment complex after this, and she has not returned since. I did talk to her about the probated offer in this case. It was encouraged by her because she wanted the case to be resolved. She does not believe that Mr. Bates intentionally tried to shoot her because they don't know each other, and she knew that he was trying to shoot someone else. However, she wants him to take accountability for what happened. So with the facts and circumstances of the case, and also with the talking to the victim about what a resolution would look like in this case. The state is offering 10 years of probation for the charges we have in this case. Regarding the special conditions of probation, the state is asking for the defendant to stay away from the incident location. It's my understanding that he had maybe a godmom or grandma who lived in that apartment complex. I'm not sure if she still lives there. However, we would ask for the defendant to stay away from the incident location. We will also ask for the defendant to have no contact with the victim. Again, she does not believe that he knows who she is. However, through discovery and learning her name and possibly someone else knowing her from the complex, the victim in this case will ask for no contact. We're also asking for the defendant to complete an anger management course and 40 hours of community service. And that is all from the state, Your Honor.
All right. So Ms. Caldwell or Cardwell, she's okay with not more jail time for Mr. Bates.
That's correct.
And Mr. Hightower, I know he's not listed as a victim, but that's who Mr. Bates was trying to shoot.
Yes.
He's okay with this.
Well,
You may not have asked him
when I went to speak with him, he just kind of told us about what happened that day.
what the
not
deal was.
What he felt about jail time for Mr. Bates.
Okay.
And to add on to that, Your Honor, we had previous conversations where custodial time was the offer that was given in this case. Back in February, the case was on the trial calendar where we
To continue it because the
continue.
detective wasn't available.
Correct. But during that time, I have been speaking with Ms. Cardwell, and her biggest concern is to have to come to court to testify, to go through the trial. So she said this resolution is something she's okay with because she wants the case to wrap up. And she would just hope that Mr. Bates will take accountability and not get into any more trouble over the next 10 years.
Okay, got it. And Ms. Harvey from pretrial, tell me about Mr. Bates.
Yes, Your Honor, 33 cycles, convictions from 2022 for aggravated assault, simple battery, family violence, possession of a Schedule I controlled substance, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. 2020, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. Also, 2020, sale of cocaine and sale of a Schedule II controlled substance. 2020, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, possession of cocaine with intent to distribute, possession of MDMA, possession of a Schedule I or II controlled substance. 2012, possession of cocaine with intent to distribute, and 2001, aggravated assault. And nothing further to add, Your Honor.
That was plenty. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Cabrera.
Yes, Judge. I'm asking that Your Honor accept the plea as negotiated. He has mental health issues. He has some physical issues, ulcers and other stomach issues. He is in the process of starting therapy at a program down on Edgewood, where he will receive counseling. With his stomach issues, he's often admitted into the hospital. So whenever he goes into the hospital for the ulcers or anything, he's admitted. So that was one of my concerns as it relates to community service. I'm just I don't want to set him up to fail the community service. But that was my concern, and I did speak with the state about that. So she actually did cut the community service hours by what she initially had requested. There are bipolar issues and things like that he's managing. He is on disability. While he was in custody, he lost a disability, so he is going back through the process of getting back onto the disability that he had. He has children, he has grandchildren. He's supported here today. So I'm asking that Your Honor accept this plea as negotiated. I do not know that he is eligible for any sort of behavior incentive date. If he were, then I would ask for that, but that's what I'm asking for, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Bates, how many kids do you have?
I got four. I got four children. I got 2 girls and 2 boys, and I got 4 grandkids.
It's a good collection. Are they local?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, are you taking medication now for any mental health diagnosis?
Well, I'm starting my I'm starting it up. My what the word I'm looking for, I'm starting
Have you used to take the medication
yes, sir.
and then you stopped?
Yeah, I got started out back over with my disability and all that.
Okay, so without the disability, you cannot afford the medication?
Yes, sir.
What were you taking before?
They had me taking Seracrid, and they had me taking they had me taking some Hound Dog.
Well, yeah, the names don't matter to me so much as for what were you taking them? What did the doctor say you were taking it for?
Bipolar and schizophrenic.
Okay, but right now you're not taking that medicine.
No, sir.
Do you feel like you're understanding what we're doing?
Yes, sir.
When's the last time you worked?
Last time I worked, it's been a minute.
Okay. And where do you go on Edgewood for therapy? What's the name of the place?
It's right downtown. Yeah, I don't know. I can't recall it.
But you know how to get there.
I know how to get there.
Okay. And where are you staying these days?
I'm staying with my fiance, her friend.
Oh, but what part of the city is that?
Fulton County.
It's in Fulton County. Is it in Atlanta
In
or?
Atlanta.
Okay. What neighborhood is it in?
It's on the west side. It's on west side.
Okay. How long have you been engaged?
I've been there at least about 4 months now.
It's a new relationship.
Yes, sir.
How'd you guys meet?
Well, my fiance, she been knowing her friend for a little minute. So she she rent us a room now.
Okay. How do you know Mr. Hightower?
I don't really know. I know him because of my girl.
Okay. And what were you guys arguing about?
We want to argue with him and another dude named Brian were arguing.
Okay. And how'd you get mixed up in that?
I don't know how I get mixed up in that, sir. I guess because, cause on down the line, I was trying to defuse the wedge. I was trying to defuse it, but it wasn't me. It was the other guy who he thought it was me, but I was trying to defuse the fight what they were going at it with.
Okay. Do you have any questions about anything we discussed?
No, sir.
All right. Well, Mr. Bates, I find there's a factual basis for your plea. This is a real tragic situation. We're lucky Ms. Caldwell wasn't more seriously injured. I know you weren't aiming at her, but when you pull the trigger, you don't control where that bullet goes. Hitting Mr. Hightower wouldn't have been a good thing either, but Ms. Caldwell didn't have anything to do with anything. She's minding her own business and you shot her in the stomach. Well, I find there's a factual basis and that your plea is knowing and voluntary, meaning you've understood what we talked about, and that no one's forcing you to enter this plea. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Cabrera, do you authorize someone in my office to sign the indictment on your behalf and Mr. Bates's behalf?
I do, Your Honor.
Ms. Smith, can someone sign for you?
You're good.
All right. So Mr. Bates, here's how I'm going to handle this. Count one, I am sentencing you to 5 years to serve 3 months with the balance on probation. You've already served the 3 months, so you get credit for that time. Count two is 5 years. It has to run consecutive to count one. I'll probate that. And then count three will be 5 years to serve 3 months with the balance on probation. That'll run concurrently with count one. So it's a total sentence of 10 years to serve 3 months, balance on probation. It's a long time of probation. I am not comfortable with just the 3 months in custody. I think this is a low recommendation. I understand why it is. It doesn't mean I have to embrace it. So I'm adding a special condition of probation. You are going to have 10 weekends in jail where you turn yourself in on Friday and you get out on Sunday. It's not going to, well, it'll start this Friday because this is only Tuesday. So you will on Friday the 19th. Let me just finish and then you can talk with your lawyer about it.
Yeah, sir, they really have been allegedly, overwhelmed for me. I'm really pleading get to somebody and do those, sir.
So I'm reacting to all the things I heard. Aggravated assault with drugs and gun in 2022.
Same thing too.
Marijuana, cocaine, back in 20, gun, drugs, 12 drugs. So,
I think his desire is to explain to you all the other cases.
yeah, that's not helpful.
It's irrelevant.
Right. They are what they are. They are with you. They are part of your profile. There are great things about you. You're a dad, you're a grandfather. You're engaged. Hopefully you're going to get your benefits back. That's why I was initially inclined to say, you know what? I think you got to go back in custody for another 3 months. So total 6 months, because you already did 3. But when I heard you're trying to get your benefits back, it's not going to help if you're locked up for 3 more months. You also need to get back on your medication. So I'm not interfering with your weekdays, Monday through Friday. But for 10 weekends in a row, you're going to turn yourself in on Friday, you get out on Sunday. That doesn't interfere with your ability to get your benefits back, doesn't interfere with any of that. If you'd prefer to just do 3 straight months, we could do that instead.
When that starts, sir?
When does what start?
The weekends.
I was going to have it start this Friday. You want to wait 1 weekend?
I'll wait 1, yes, sir.
So have it start next Friday? Okay. So it'll start the 26th. And every Friday then for 10 weeks, you turn yourself in, they process you out on Sunday. So next Friday we'll do that. That's special condition 1. Number 2, what's the name of the apartment complex there? Do we know, or we just say Harwell Road? Do you remember the name of those apartments?
Yes, sir.
What are they called?
Dogwood.
Say that again?
Dogwood,
Dogwood?
yeah.
Does your godmother still live there?
No, sir.
Good. You're going to stay away from the Dogwood Apartments on Harwell Road.
Ran away from them.
Good. Keep doing that. You're going to do that for 10 years. No contact with Miss Caldwell. That's easy. You don't know her. She doesn't know
I
you.
could speak something to my lawyer.
Yeah.
About, good behavior and all.
What about him?
When you say good behavior, sir, like,
Well, I asked Judge about that. He was inquiring about the behavior incentive day.
We'll get there. So no contact with Miss Caldwell. You're going to need to do 40 hours of community service, and you're going to need to do those within the first 6 months of your probation. Not 5 years from now, but first 6 months of probation. And you'll need to complete an anger management course. That may be part of the kind of therapy you get at Edgewood. You may be able to do that all in one, and I'm fine with that. I am also going to set a behavioral incentive date for you of June 17th of 2030. That's 4 years from now. That means if you have stayed out of trouble, no arrests, you're doing the things you need to do, because I need to add one more condition of probation, and that's that you take all medications that are prescribed. So if a doctor says, take one of the things you mentioned, Seroquel, you got to take it. It's not an optional thing. So if you're prescribed medication, you got to be taking that while you are on probation. But if you've done the things you need to do and we get 4 years under your belt, no new arrests, we can close this case out early. You'll be 47 by then. You should be done getting in trouble.
yes, sir.
Maybe you and your fiance will have settled down. But life is complicated. Hold on 1 sec. I know you've had some run-ins with the police before. You've been arrested 33 times. I'm hoping you're slowing that down going
Yes,
forward.
sir. I was just finna say, I haven't had no conviction since I've been out.
That's good. And I noticed that. That's good stuff. And it's another reason why I'm all right with just these weekends. I don't want to interfere with your therapy, your recovery, your family, but you're going to be away from them for a few weekends in a row. And to me, that balances these things out a little bit. I think so. I think that makes sense based on what Mr. Bates has said he's been treated for in the past.
That's specifically though. I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
Yeah, he asked for that.
Okay, so we're going to shift up your probation officer, so it's someone who is going to be more supportive of the treatment you're getting, okay? But that means Mr. Bates is on probation now. Do we need to work through any revocations there, or that's?
He had a revocation in May of last year before he was filed.
Okay, got it. Then we don't need to worry about that. So Mr. Bates, you may be on probation for 2 cases. It'll be 1 officer. That'll be someone who helps you make sure you're staying current with your therapy and your medication, all that kind of stuff. Anything else, Ms. Smith? Ms. Cabrera?
Nothing further, Judge.
Do you have any questions, Mr. Bates, about what we talked about?
No, so about the, how long would that weekend be?
So you turn yourself in on Friday. If you show up at 3 on Friday afternoon, you get out 3 on Sunday afternoon. If you show up at 6 on Friday evening, you get out at 6 on Sunday evening. They keep you for 48.
Okay,
Okay?
that'll work with me.
Hope so. Don't miss any of those weekends.
I won't.
Because probation will reach out to me and then I'll say, I need to give you some straight time. And I know you don't want that.
No, you've been foul. You've been foul a lot.
All right. Well, good luck with things, Mr. Bates. Ms. Simpson is going to talk with you about your reporting instructions, okay?
Yes,
So you can step outside. Don't leave until you've spoken with Ms. Simpson, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay, friends, so I like Judge McBurney overall. I really do. I think he's a fair person. I think he's fairly even-handed. You know, he listens to both sides, all that kind of stuff. This one I just don't get. This dude had 33 previous cycles through the Georgia court system. He gets in, he's a felon, so he's in possession of a firearm. That's a problem. He gets into a fight with somebody out in a parking lot, tries to shoot that guy, misses, hits some random lady in the stomach, and he's getting off with 10 years probation and a few weekends in jail. I don't get it. Makes no sense to me. I mean, I get what the judge is saying about how he's got these things that he's trying to do and whatnot, and he doesn't want to interfere. He interfered himself when he made those choices to do those things. And we know from the stats that we've run through countless times on this channel that the odds of this guy making it through 10 years of probation are slim. So we're just delaying the inevitable, and now the question is, who does he hurt next on the way to the inevitable? Disagree, let me know in the comments, but that's how I see this one. You know, at some point, the question isn't just whether the defendant has issues that deserve consideration. It's also whether the public is being protected from someone with this kind of record and this kind of conduct. And I think, as you figured out from my words, that's kind of where this sentence lost me. But I'm curious to know where you land. So take a moment and let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, why don't you check out one of the two that are on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching.